Hello my crafty friends, this is Gina. Welcome to my channel. Tell me if this sounds like you. You had lofty plans of making all your friends and family something personal, something handmade by you. You're going to hand make cards for everyone or make all of their cards and gifts. And it's a week before Christmas and it's just not going to happen. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. You can do something that is personal, is artsy, craftsy, and it doesn't take very long at all. What we're going to do today is we're going to make specialized tags. I cut these just out of a piece of cardstock and they measure 4 inches by 1¼ inches. Some are kind of closer to 1½. I wasn't paying too much attention. As long as it was about this size, that was fine. We're going to take these and I'm going to show you 6 ways you can personalize them and add them to your gift. I've gotten on a roll. I have made a bunch of these and thought I'd better turn on my camera before I run out of cute ideas. So here we are. I hope you'll stick around and join me. It's going to be easy and it's going to be fun. And it allows you to add a little bit of crafty into your gift that you're going to give. All right, let's get started. We'll make 1 or 2 of each kind, and then I will bring out at the end and show you all of the different ones that I've made so far. We're going to start with drawing, and out of all the ones I've made, the ones that I drew were the ones my husband said he liked the most. So let's start with those. I'm going to put this down just to protect my table. I know it makes it really hard for you to see the white on the white, which is why I had that red foam board underneath earlier, but I'll bring you in and hopefully you'll be able to see. The ones I had previously done, I used my glitter pens, and I believe I used a blue. Try that one. This is called Azure. What I did was made trees. Yes, blue trees. And I did it a super easy way. I make 3 trees. Let me show you. I simply do it like this. Boom, a tree. So easy, you can do it. So I'll start over here all the way on the left, and I'll do kind of a small one. And I'll do another smaller one over here. And then I'll do a bigger one in the center. There you go. So cute, so easy. Yeah, they're a little wonky, but I think that's part of why I like them. Now you can take another pen and add something shiny at the top. This one's called Glitter Crystal, and you could do gold, you could do red, you could do whatever color you want. But to go with the blue, I'm just going to put a little bit of something on top that looks like it could be a star. There you go. Can you see? That's so cute. Now, if you have a blue marker, you could go around the edges. If you have a nice blue ink that matches, that's pretty close to the color of pen you used, I would say ink around the edges. My Distress Oxides, I didn't really have one that looked good, but you know what? I have other inks. Hold on. I found these 3. Salty Ocean as a distress ink, London Blue, which is from Delusions, and this one is, I don't know the name of it, but it's from Hampton Art. It's just this blue. And to be honest, they're pretty much all very, very close to being the same. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Hampton Art. I don't use these very often, so this is a good opportunity. But I thought it would look nice just to have a little bit of color around the edges, just to kind of tie it all in together. Nice. I like how that really added something. It wasn't just a little scribble on one side. It looks more like a complete thought, like it was really put together. Now, for the to and the from, I could not find a stamp that had the to and from that was small enough to look right, so I've just been writing them. But if you have a stamp and you prefer to do that rather than worry about if you'll mess up or write badly, then go ahead. If I had smaller versions, I would probably stamp them, but it's a handmade tag, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. There we go. You can fancy it up however you like. You can definitely take it further, but to keep it quick and simple, there you go. It's adorable and it was made by you. Let's draw another one real quick. How about some holly? So I'm going to go this way and this way. This way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will go ahead and color those in. You know, these are super easy. You and your family could sit and make some. I'm telling you, they're addictive. I've been making a bunch of these. And this doesn't even count all the ones that I've already made that I stuck on presents for people. I'll take my red one and add some berries. Let's see, we'll add one right here. Come back. There we go. Now I'm going to come back over top and I'm going to just use a black pen and just go around the edges. I'm not going to worry too much. Actually, I think I want to use a thicker nib. I'm going to go to the 0.65, which is the largest one I have in this set. There we go. Because I want to be able to see it. And I'll do the same thing with the berries. Okay, you can leave it like that, or you can take it a step further. This would probably work best if it were a lighter green, but here's what my idea is. I'm just going to draw a line down the middle, and I'm going to draw just straight lines on one side. And it is a little hard to see. Well, I guess you can see it, but if the green were a little lighter, it would show up a lot better. I think it's still a nice touch. And maybe on this one, since it's such a big and bold image, we'll go ahead and use this 0.65 millimeter nib to do our to and from. You might want to ink around the edges, or maybe even take the pen. Let's see. If I'm careful, it'll be fine. There you go. Just have to take your time and not be in a rush. For the sake of the video, I sped that up. I just like the effect that it has. I liked how it looked on the first one, and you don't have to do that, of course, but to me, it really does give it that finished look. I think they're really cute. The second way is to do some stamping. And this is fun and probably one of the easiest ways to decorate, but it still counts as personalized to me. Now, I did one like this and I loved how it came out, so I just want another one. So we're gonna do one of these. So let me show you. For this one, I used the aged mahogany. Here's the information for this stamp if you're interested. I might have gotten this from Nancy. You've heard me mention my crafty friend Nancy, so Nancy, if you watch, if I got this one from you, will you add in the comments if you can remember who makes it? Obviously, the whole imprint's not going to fit, but that's okay. There. It's hard, I can't really get right over top, so hopefully I'm in the right place. Oh, isn't that just so pretty? Oh, I love how it came out. I just love it. And you know what? You can color it in, but I left it just as it is. I just thought that looked so pretty. Now, what I do want to do is, you guessed it, I want to do the edges. And I don't believe I did that on the first one that I made. We'll add our to and from. Since this one looked so elegant to me, I tried to do it in script, to do it in cursive, just to make it look a little fancier. My cursive is not all that great, but if you're someone who likes to do calligraphy, or you just have a really neat handwriting, then this would be perfect. But if you're not, just do the best you can. I always seem to do pretty good on my to, but the from, it just rarely looks very good. So don't sweat it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's just supposed to be fun. It's something that's a little personalized, so there you go. For the next one, I thought I would use the sleigh stamp from this collection by Hero Arts. If you're interested, this one's called Wintertime Fun Clear. That's pretty long. I could probably do the whole thing, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll just do most of it. They're 4 inches. You may find you don't need 4 inches, and when you're done, you can maybe trim off if it's too big, or maybe it depends on the person's name you're giving it to. If they have a really short name, then you probably don't need that length, but I just thought that was a good base to start. You can always trim if you want to. I'm using Archival. I'm going to end up coloring it, probably with some markers. This one doesn't have a whole lot of ink in it. All I really need is the outline. All right, that's good enough. To color these in, I'm going to go back to my glitter pens. And I pulled Brick, Root, which is a dark brown, and Moonrock, which is kind of a disappointment. I wanted black, but out of all of these colors, there are a bunch of colors, there's not a glitter black pen, and that's pretty disappointing. I have another set that I think has a black. Hold on. Aha, I do have a black. It came in this, It came in this set, and you've seen me use these before. They aren't all glitter, just like the little back section here, but it has a black. So long, Moonrock. Now it's time to start coloring. Isn't that cute? Adding another layer of the brown kind of makes it look like there's wood grain, so that worked out pretty well. Now once that sets, you can take a white gel pen, dab a little bit around, and add some snow. It's just a little bit, but it's enough to add just a little bit more detail. I think I'll go around this one with some black ink. For one final step on this one, I have this glitter pen called Crystal, and I think I will go around and just make some snow. There we go. Isn't that so cute? And it didn't take very long. The third way is to use stickers. Now to me, the puffy stickers are the most fun. You can use any kind of sticker you want, but these just add a little bit of dimension and just really feel Christmassy. I have these Gingerbread Christmas stickers, and I thought those would look super cute. Let's use some of these. Honestly, any of them would look adorable. It's so hard to choose. I tell you, let's try the mittens. Let's switch it up. Let's put one over here. I probably should have put a little bit of glue under there, but we'll see if they'll hold. I thought I would just kind of doodle. The mittens have some doodling on them, so I thought I would just mimic that in some places. For the to and from, I'll use the black glitter pen. Oh, this is Moonrock. This is not black. Here we go. Now to me, it still looks like I need to edge it. I'm going to use peeled paint. I don't think we've used a green yet. And there we go. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, true. I wish I had a to from stamp, but you got to work with what you've got or work around what you don't have. But it's cute either way. For our other sticker, I'm going to throw in a little bonus. This is actually a whole separate way, but I want to use this technique now. It's just coloring with Distress Oxide. So I'm going to color this, just this section down here. This is Fossilized Amber. Look at how well that blends. Yeah, that's a good color. Even my blending looks good. We have this blended. Now we're going to add our sticker, and I wanted to use this green present. I think I will go ahead and stick some glue on the back. This one doesn't feel particularly sticky. Now, we could outline in green, or we could continue and outline in the yellow. Let's go ahead and outline in yellow. And then we'll write our to and from in green. We'll keep this one super simple and leave it as it is. So far, we've hand-drawn, we've stamped, and we've used stickers. 3 down, 3 to go. Let's flip our paper over. The next way is to use washi tape. I went and grabbed my holiday washi tape. This is a pretty wide one. You really may want to have a bigger piece of cardstock, but these are already cut. I'm going to see if I can work with these. Truthfully, they may turn out better if my cardstock was bigger. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. So there's a lot of empty space here, especially along the bottom, which I don't really need. So I'm going to try to put it off the edge, and then I can come back and cut it with my scissors. You know, this may be better if I do it upside down. Oh no, I got a little messy on this side. Can you see? Oh, I got a wrinkle. Maybe I can pull it out. Okay. All right. Washi's low tack, so it's fairly easy to fix. It's a little uneven, but without being able to lean over, it's the best I'm going to be able to do. Let's trim off the extra. That's cute. I wish I had done it a little bit straighter, but this will do for now. I have this little one that's got stars. It would be fantastic if I could roll it out to where there's a star on each tree, but they're too close together, so that's not going to work out. But what I will do is maybe give a border at the top. Okay, yeah, you can see it's a little uneven. I know, there's not very much room here, but we can make it work. Since we have the gold, how about silver? Silver and gold. And this is actually platinum. I feel like this should be outlined. The only thing is if I outline this edge, it's really gonna make it stand out how crooked it is. So I think for now, I'm just gonna let this one be done. Let me know in the comments below, what would you do? Would you go ahead and just outline the edge of the washi tape on both sides? Or what would you do? For our second one, I'm going to do something similar to the one I've already done before I started the video. It went something like this. Well, I don't know how centered that is, but there we go. Okay, and what I did next was cover up this corner with one that's in a similar vein as the one that I already used. And I pulled this one out. It's still gold, and it's just going to cover up the corner. All right, so we have that corner done. I like it, but I feel like it needs something because it's kind of see-through and there's not a whole lot on here as far as pattern goes. It needs like a little pop. And for that, I think I'm going to use just this little strip of solid gold. And I want to put it right in between the two. Let me see. Boy, this is really not sticky at all. I might be kind of glad because, to be honest, I'm not sure if I like it. It almost needs to be thinner. I just don't know if I could cut a straight line, but I will give it a shot. That was not easy. Yep. That is not straight. Did I fix it? It's not perfect, but that's basically what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is even thinner than the first one. To me, this is calling for another solid gold piece stripe right down the middle. What do you think? Okay, well, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I've got that at the correct angle, but all that's left to do is to put to and from. It's kind of wonky, but I think it's kind of fun as well. Okay, we are on the 5th way that you can decorate these tags, and that is to make them 3D. Now you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, we've already done 3D. That's not really a separate way. Yeah, we had the puffy stickers, and they are 3D, but I'm talking 3D. Let me show you what I mean. For the first one, I thought I would use one of these little bows. I think they're so cute. I thought this would look really nice to have a bright red shiny bow on it. But what do you put a bow on? You put a bow on presents. So let's make our little tag look like a present. You could do this a couple of different ways. You could maybe take your ruler out and just draw some lines, or you could use washi tape. Whichever way would work perfectly. I think I'll use a marker. I will use a ruler. That will help me keep a straight line. Get about what looks to be the middle. Here we go. All right, that's pretty good. We want to put a cross. We want to have room to write our to and from, so it can't be too far like in the middle. We want to put it over to the side just a little bit. Now to add my bow. Okay, that's pretty sticky. It's so big you can't really see the line underneath. I'm going to write the to and the from, and then of course I'll have to ink around it. Guys, I think that's the best from I've written. I think the key is to not write them all in caps, at least for me, because my handwriting apparently looks better if I don't have them all capitalized. I wish I'd have known that earlier, but now I know. I'm going to do the edging in peeled paint. That's really kind of yellowy compared to my line here. This one didn't quite turn out like expected, but it's still festive. It would have looked way better for two things. If it was a little bit wider and you could see the line that we drew, it would really make it look more like a present. As it stands now, it just has a line going down it. And the other thing would be is if I had edged with a darker green that more closely matched the green I used to draw the line in the first place. One of them I can try to fix. I can try to go over it with my green marker. You'll still be able to see the ink because it comes a little bit into the card as opposed to being on just the edge. But hopefully having the dark edge will help kind of bring it all together. It might help marginally, but really not a whole lot. I should have just done that in the first place. But that's okay. I made a mistake and now you don't have to make that mistake. Okay, well, I'm not sure if I would totally call this one a success, but it's festive, it's fun, it's different, and I think it's fine. For our next 3D one, maybe you just have beautiful embellishments, some beautiful flowers. Why not just keep it simple and add just a beautiful flower? Now, of course, we'll need to ink around the edges because that's just a little too plain. I will go ahead and do my edging first. Now just glue on your flower. I think I'll use Fabri-Tac. Now this sticks a little bit over the tag, but I think that's just fine. I like that you can see the edge right here. I think that looks good. Now remember, it could just be too. You could just put the person's name that you're giving the gift to. Especially if you're going over and you're going to hand it to them in person. You might not need to bother with the from on any of these designs. So that is totally up to you. Isn't that pretty? All you did was ink around it, glue on a really pretty Christmas flower, write to and from, and you're done. But look how nice that is. I'd love to see a tag like this on one of my presents. Now the sixth idea is a call out to all my paper crafters. You should enjoy this one. The idea is to make clusters. I mean, why not? I love how clusters look, so why not use that as an adornment to your tag? Let's make a couple. I save the clusters for last because you can use any of the other ideas or all of them when you make clusters. You can draw and doodle. You can stamp and use stickers and washi tape and other 3D elements. You can just go wild. The first thing I want to do with this one is I'm going to ink with yellow just kind of all over. Really lightly though, because I want to be able to write over it, especially on this side. I could probably press a little harder over here. That's where my cluster is going to be. So I'll start out with that. I've got some scraps here of Christmassy type paper, so I'll just pull from there. I think I'll start out with some of this aged looking music notes. You can see that it goes beyond my tag. That doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then of course you can trim it down and keep it all within the size of your tag. I am going to keep mine on the bigger side. And I'm really just going to try not to think too hard about it. Just create with reckless abandon. That's the fun of making these type of projects anyway, especially with clusters. Just kind of grab whatever's on your desk and glue it down. I've got a little piece of fabric. Here's a smaller piece. Let's go ahead and just glue it down. Hopefully glue stick will work on this fabric. Yeah, I know, I covered up most of the words. That's how it is when you make these type of projects, clusters and mixed media. You just layer and layer. Let's see, since I've got the yellow down, I'll probably use a scrap from here. And maybe I'll bring in some green as well. That's pretty. Oh no, come on. Let me bring my glue book over. What about here? Right there. Here are some of the Christmas words and phrases. Let's see, we have Happy Holidays. Gives it some sparkle. Deck the halls. That's fun. I kind of like that, since there's the greenery right above it. I think that might be my favorite so far. Christmas wishes. Oh, I like that. Christmas wishes or deck the halls. I like it. I think I want to put a little bit of material behind it first though. I have some of this ancient gauze. Ancient. This is at my grandmother's house. For all I know, it's 30 years old, which is why it's this color. Yeah. Oh goodness. Let me see if I can ink it without tearing it. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can glue it without tearing it. Okay. I know the purple of the glue really shows through, but it'll dry clear. Do our to and from. Maybe I'll add a little flourish around it. Let me bring you in closer. I'm having the right kind of small because there's not a lot of room left. That adds a little punch. I think I do want to edge it. Hit those edges a little harder. Make them stand out. Well, that came together pretty quickly and it turned out really cute. Let's do one more. For this one, let's start with some stenciling. You guessed it. Pulling out my Christmas one that you've seen me use a couple of times before. It's got Distress Oxide on it and I have not cleaned it. But I am not going to let that stop me. I'm going to put it down, but I'm going to go over it with the aged mahogany. I'm going to start heavier on this side. Yeah, there's a lot on here. I didn't re-ink it, I just grabbed it and this is what's left over. So I'm going to dab it harder over here, and I'm going to kind of lighten my touch as I move over to the right, since that's where we'll be doing our writing. Just want just a little bit of hint of the pattern. Isn't that pretty? God, I just love this stencil. You could leave it just like that. That would be a beautiful tag. But we're going to keep going because we are doing clusters. I think I need to use this. I know we covered up a couple of the dark ones, but I did leave this one over here. It still peeks through, at least for now. Here's a nice scrap. It's kind of long. It might work if I do it maybe like this. Let's try that. Oh, but then that might cover up my one little dark one over here. I kind of want to keep him out. Okay, what else do I have? This is something interesting. Let me back you up a little bit. Now you're too close. Little bitty snippets. Maybe we can use these. Oh, see, both sides are shiny, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. We'll see. Really kind of digging that pattern. I like it so far. Should we keep going? Maybe we should go ahead and look for a word. Alright, that's the right size, and I can always ink around it. I like that it has a little bit of shiny bling over here. I feel it's a little off because there's really kind of nothing over here. I've got some sequins. So this might do the trick. Let's see how it looks. I wonder if I can slide it under here. Oh, I can. All right, I like that. This is just the tiniest little piece of something. I'm not sure even what it is. But I'm going to glue it on top. Let's add some color to the edge of our sentiment. All right, there we go. I might trim this up just a little bit. I don't mind it hanging over, but it's hanging over so much it's looking to me a little awkward. Just a little bit off this too. Very cute. I need to add my to and from and ink around the edges and I'll be done. And there we go. I love it. I think that looks so cute. I want to take a look at the ones we did today, and then I'm going to show you the ones that I had already created that were the inspiration for the video. Really simple trees, a little bit of holly. So these are the ones we did today. So here's one. It's a piece of candy in a wrapper. Here's a pine tree with some pine cones. Well, part of a pine tree. And here's another holly. And here's a few Christmas trees. Very simple. And look, there's our trees again. And here is a little wreath. I really do like this look. So before I go to use these, I will probably put a little ink around the edges. Next, we did some stamping. And I thought these turned out really, really cute. I said I had already done this one and loved it, and this is the one that I did. And here is the other one. I had this cute little bear, and I stamped him, and then I took my pens and just colored in his scarf. Next, we did stickers. These are the ones we did today. I thought they turned out really, really cute. And this was one that I had done. I had only done one previously, and I thought it turned out really, really cute. These are stickers. And all I did was take my ruler and just draw lines around the edges with a red pen. Next, we used washi tape. This is the one that I was trying to use this pattern for. It's kind of reversed. It was a lot easier to do with washi that did not have any words on it. That made things a little more complicated, but I still think it turned out cute. I didn't ink at all around the edge of these. I didn't really know what ink to use. Leave a message below and tell me what color you would use to ink around these. Next, we went big time 3D, and we did the one that was supposed to be a present, but this one kind of failed a little bit for me. I love the shiny bow, but the idea of it being on a present, it just kind of got lost when we covered up that line. So if you make this one, make sure your cardstock is bigger than the bow that you're putting on, so that you can see the line to really make sure that people understand that it's supposed to be a present that's wrapped. This one though, I love. I think it turned out great, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful flower. It's just simple, but very, very elegant. These are two that I had made before. I just tied a bow, and I actually punched holes in it. I fed the ribbon through and then tied a bow on top. This really needs to be inked. It would look so much better with ink around the whole piece. So I'll probably go back and ink that one. And this one's kind of goofy. I wanted the marker to represent the sky, being outdoors, and then the snowflake has got glitter on it. It's nice and sparkly. It's cute, I guess. So those are the Super 3D. Last but not least, we did clusters. These are the ones I did today, and I think they turned out fantastic. These are the two I had done previously, and I think they're cute as well. I kind of like it with the cluster being bigger as opposed to being smaller. I do like them both though. I think they're really cute. I'm kind of curious to see what you think though. Do you like the bigger cluster or the smaller one that more fits the size of the tag? Let me know in the comment box below which is your favorite. Look at all of these gorgeous tags. There are lots of ideas, and honestly the ideas are endless. I did a little bit of stenciling, but I never really got into the stenciling or ink blending or stickles. There's any number of things that you can do. One thing I did want to mention is most of the ones that I created that I've used on presents, I did on these labels, and it was super easy. I just did what I was going to do on the label. I peeled it off and I stuck it down onto the present. Now, these are on cardstock, and so the back is not sticky. So how do you stick them on? Well, you could punch a hole in them, put ribbon through, and tie it on your present. But the easiest thing to do is to use double-sided tape, put it on the back, and then leave the back cover on so that when you're ready to use it, you can peel it off and stick it down. Aside from that, you could of course use any of the types of glue, but double-sided tape to me is probably the best way. What I want to know is which one is your favorite. What's your favorite style? I can't wait to find out, so please leave me a message below and tell me what's your favorite method and which one of these is your absolute favorites. For me, it's really tough, but might have to go with the clusters as my favorite type. I really love how they turned out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was inspirational and to show you if you didn't have time to hand make everybody a present, you can still take just a few minutes and do something special with them for their tag that you'll put on top of their present. If you did enjoy the video and learn something, then give me the thumbs up and definitely leave a comment below and tell me which was your favorite. Alright, well that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!